Hey, what's up, everyone? Well, today we're reacting to Jen Affleck still can't read anything. Well, I'm gonna tell you why they can't read. Because number one, they don't want to read. Number one, which is a good thing. I'll tell you why it's a good thing. Because reading is boring. And number two, reading can lead to bullying anyway. So I don't see the reason why. I don't see the whole point of making your kids putting your phones and everything away. What they haven't done nothing. Now, if they done something wrong, then take it away. But if they hadn't done nothing wrong, then what's the point in taking it away if they hadn't done nothing wrong? So this is what you call bull. Bull. And all listen, I'll try my best not to cuss. Okay, this time I'll try my best not to. So I'm pretty darn ticked off on these people, these kids. Kids being forced on putting their phones away. They haven't done nothing wrong. That's punishment for no reason.
There's a serious crisis in education today because kids are too busy 6, 7, 8 to learn how to read at their grade level. The kids.
I'm gonna go back.
There's a serious crisis in education today because kids
Okay, she's pretty, by the way.
are too busy 6, 7, 8 to learn how to read at their grade level.
The kids can't read, write, or remember anything or use their imaginations, and the teachers are wondering why. They're
Because it's boring.
feral, they can't read, they're crazy.
Because they don't want to read. And there's a good reason why they don't want to read. Because there's better things to do than to sit here and read. There's better things to do than just running. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to say that. Pretend you didn't hear that. There's no reason. There's no better things to do than just running, rock and roll, eating junk food, watching shows from men, and being held by women. There's nothing better to do than that. There's nothing better to do than watching your phone and everything all day. I mean, come on, man. At least cut down with the rules, man. Settle down. I mean, retire from some kind of a house courtroom and just be there in their presence. And it's watch Sticko, one of my favorite YouTubers in my entire life. I'm gonna tell you why. Because 99.9% of the videos that the YouTube channel, the guy named Sticko, the YouTube channel, the guy who emphasizes gentle parenting, but while still making your kids follow the rules, but also gentle parenting at the same time. Like say, make your kids do what you're told, but also not take your phones away for the wrong reasons. Like, don't be checking your unless your kids are doing the P word or something like that. Then you might need to kind of check their phone, see if they're doing anything bad. But as long as they're not doing the P word, as long as they're not trying to figure out a way to kill somebody or whatever, then there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with listening to your phone while watching a video. Listen, I gotta tell you something. I watch videos while eating food. But guess what? That doesn't mean that doesn't separate from God, though. What these parents need to do is either be real parents and just stop with the enforcing rules that doesn't even make any sense. Like, one of my teachers even told us not going Chrome because we're on it too much. So, come on, man. I mean, at least they don't have to worry about. I mean, chores are boring. But also, you have to do some kind of responsibility, which I get it. But don't. I mean, it just don't make any sense to me. So yeah, reacting to this video. I probably won't be able to react to it long because I'll probably hate it. I hate the video as far as I don't trust this YouTuber, the YouTuber that I'm watching right now. I don't trust him as far as I can throw it.
In front of their children instead of books, and a great deal of anxiety.
Like, they don't know how to put things away, they don't know common decency.
It don't matter. It doesn't matter, whoever you are. I don't care who you are at this point. I don't care if you know the hell at this point. When this person said, Oh, they don't know how to put things away. Because they don't want to. I don't want to put things away. And I'm a grown man. Don't sit there and tell me that they don't have to put things away. They don't want to. That's why they don't know how, because they don't want to.
Having to teach and work with you guys as children has been the most traumatic experience
Because you're lazy and you're just being too brutal.
of my life.
Their future could be at risk if something doesn't change fast.
I'm trying so hard not because it's BS, man. B to the freaking S to the freaking 10th freaking power.
Gen Alpha can't read anything anymore.
It doesn't matter. Reading is nothing but boring.
Do you remember the days when we were in school and we were asked to do things like read books, write essays, or really just do anything that required more than 30 seconds of thinking?
Yes, and I can tell you the reason why I don't like it. It's boring. Boring as HELL. Capital exclamation point.
Well, apparently at some point since then we've decided that doing things like that is for losers, and we'd be better off using
It
our
is
time
for
to teach
losers.
kids more important.
It is for losers. And I used to be a loser at one time. And guess what? I got bullied from it. And guess what? Now I've become a pummer. I went from being a total geek to being one of the most popular people in history. 438 friends in real life, both in Randolph County and Cleaver County.
Important things, like how to brain rot all over the place. I'm kind of joking when I say that, but not really.
And what the heck is brain rot then? What is brain rot? I don't know what brain rot even is. What's brain rot even mean? Let me know in the comments.
Because I see videos like this.
Ready? Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Put it back to 2, man. No, that I understand about that.
Maybe it's just me and my silly little goofy brain, but is it crazy that kids know a dumb trend before they know how to count? Like, it's insane to me to think I could walk up to a Gen Alpha kid and they'd have a better chance of saying 6, 7 to me than
Oh,
actually
my head
knowing how
is
to count
hearing
to
that.
6 or 7. But in a way, that does feel like an appropriate reflection of our time, because Gen Alpha isn't asked to read entire books or write whole essays anymore. They're asked to write paragraphs, and sometimes they can't even do that.
The younger generation is cooked. I just watched a video of a teacher trying to tell his kids that they have to write a paragraph, not an essay, 5 sentences, and they're moaning and groaning and whining away about, oh my God, I gotta write 5 sentences.
And it's not like I downed some 4-day-old bottle of Haterade and came up with all of this, but there's actual data that can empirically show this is what's happening. If we look at the NAEP, which is the National Assessment of Educational Progress, 40% of 4th graders are now reading below the NAEP basic level.
It doesn't matter. Quit. Oh my God. Quit worrying about it. It's already giving me a headache just watching this. But you ain't quite watching it. I'm not a loser and I ain't no wig man.
That's the lowest possible level, by the way. And for reference, if you're reading below the basic level, that probably means you can't identify the main point of a paragraph or a character's motivations in a story. So it's pretty much the same reading level as you see on X or on Instagram threads. On top of that, for 8th graders, it's even worse. 1/3 of them are below
Or even better. Even better.
basic, which is the highest percentage ever recorded in 32 years of testing. Then if you go to the place with the most educated, the smartest, the most genius humans of all time, if you go to the place where they're all hanging out, they will say the same thing. And of course, I'm talking about TikTok. There are a whole bunch of teachers on there who, for lack of a better word, are saying how sucky Gen Alpha is at reading and overall.
Because they're boring and they're just a bunch of old hacks that don't know what the hell, what the heck they're talking about. And YouTube, please don't commit a guy strike me. Because I accidentally cussed. That's one strike, That's one strike.
comprehension in general.
It feels like teaching an entire generation of weaponized incompetence. Because what do you mean you can't just reread the directions that I strained my voice to read out loud 3 times? What do you mean you can't just look at the rubric that I made that shows you exactly how to get a grade, and I said if you even wrote a few sentences, you could get a 1?
Who cares about grades? Grades don't matter.
Which is a D. The security guard stopped by and he was kind of like shocked at how confused the kids were. It's an alternate ending to The Outsiders. You get to do whatever you want, and you were given enough information, notice, and preparation. Now you can just sit down and write anything you want. Ponyboy does this, Johnny doesn't die, whatever you want to do. And they're just sitting there like this.
Because it's in a first grade or 7th grade, whether they can't even pass. They might have autism. They need to be checked on that. And you, on the other hand, you, beautiful woman, don't know what you're talking about. Your dad doesn't know what he's talking about. Not even your own husband or whatever you have, or spouse doesn't know what he's talking about. All of you don't know what you're talking about.
And I can't help that. And so I just told him, like...
Yes, you can. You can help it. And I'll tell you why you can't help it. For one, you don't have autism. 2, you don't have anger issues. 3, you don't have a memory problem. 4, you're lazy. So yeah, get your tail up and do something about it.
You need to pick up the pencil and write. I can't help it.
It's read, and you can. It's boring, and you can't help it about that. Make it so it's fun. Make learning fun instead of making it fun. Yeah, you gotta make learning fun. You gotta make learning fun instead of making it boring. That's the problem with school. They're not making it fun. They're making it boring. Boring lectures. Learning has to be fun. Fun learning.
You need to pick up the pencil and write.
So yeah, somehow these
Or pick up the pencil and make it fun. Make it fun for it to happen.
kids can navigate an iPad with an
Put a
incredible
spell
amount
on
of
you in
complexity
Jesus'
and
name on
dexterity.
that.
But then you show them a
To
sentence
make
that's longer
you
than
make
5
learning
words,
fun.
and their brain has to reboot. It crashes. You have to give them like 15 minutes before they can even speak again. So based off of all of that, here's the question that I have. How did we raise the first generation of kids who grew up fully online and now they can't read?
Because it is boring. It's boring.
Before we go any further, I want to address something. I know that every generation says that the next generation can't do something, or they're always dogging on the generation that comes after them. People say millennials killed cursive, they say Gen Z killed phone calls, Gen Alpha killed the ability to communicate normally without referencing some dumb trend.
1 second.
It makes everyone's IQ lower. You know, it is what it is.
Skibbity Toilet Riz, Sully Sigma, Livy Dunn rizzing up Baby Gronk, while Duke Dennis is wittily gwittying outside no phantom tax on Skibbity.
But in this case, I'm not just being a boomer. Like I mentioned before with
Yes to being a boomer.
EP scores, we can actually empirically see that they're getting worse.
You
at
maybe
reading.
are
And
a
don't get me
boomer at
wrong,
this
I
point.
don't have a
You were
doctorate
born in
or a
90.
PhD in looking at numbers, but this definitely does not look good. And maybe you're looking at me and you're thinking this is just a good old red-blooded American problem.
This is good American progress. It is. And put that to your face. I'm gonna shove American flag down your throat in a minute.
You were just too busy letting freedom ring to pick up a book and read a few words in it. Well, you'd
And
be
it's a joke. So YouTube, do not community guidelines strike this video. It's a joke.
wrong if you thought that, because this is a global problem. The Program for International Student Assessment, or the PISA, it's a fun name, they tested 15-year-olds across dozens of countries, and they found their reading scores declined across most developed nations.
Because all of it doesn't matter.
2018 and 2022. So no, this isn't just some vibes we're feeling. This isn't just some energy that's being put into the universe. This is something we can see, physically see, empirically see that is happening. Which that means at the end of the day, the question isn't if there is a literacy crisis. The question is what caused it. Here's the thing about the literacy decline that a lot of people see that is happening. Which that means at the end of the day, the question isn't if there is a literacy crisis. The question is what caused it.
What caused them? Not wanting to is what causing it. Not wanting to.
Here's the thing about the literacy decline.
And it's a good thing.
A lot of people
because it's boring and it leads to targeting for bullying.
May get wrong. It didn't start with the pandemic. I mean, sure, the pandemic made it worse, a lot worse, but the trend was already here. Reading scores have been essentially flat or declining since the early 2000s.
Because it's not wanting, because it's what you call not wanting to. It's because they don't want to do that. It's boring.
2010. The 2024 NAEP scores are roughly where they were in 1992. So that means in 30 years of potential progress, we actually haven't made progress. We've made regress.
It's boring. Quit. Oh my god, I'm torturing myself with this reaction video.
So what changed?
What changed? Kids don't want to.
Well, honestly, I don't think it takes some super genius megamind to figure out what happened. Around 2012, something shifted. And here's a little video that maybe will allude, or maybe it'll give you a little hint about what that shift was.
Today, we're introducing 3 revolutionary products of this class. The first one is a widescreen iPod with touch controls. The second is a revolutionary mobile phone. And the third is a breakthrough internet communications device. These are not 3 separate devices. This is one device.
What the heck? Excuse me. Why the heck they're clapping this 2 strikes? What the heck am I clapping?
Here it is.
If it's strike 3, I'm ending this video. I'm ending this video.
In 2012, teen smartphone
So if I lose, the video ends.
ownership crossed the 50% threshold. By 2018, it was 95%. Who would have guessed that giving kids phones and allowing them to nomadically travel across the whole wide web world internet wouldn't be a good idea? Who would have guessed that? Not me. I wouldn't have guessed that. I would have thought it was good. Maybe. I don't know. And here's where things start to get a little bit more interesting. The kids who took the 2024 NAEP reading tests, they were in kindergarten when the pandemic started. Their entire literacy foundation was...
Oh my God! The pandemic does not... that pandemic does not exist, man. Buried to the ground.
They're in remote learning, Zoom fatigue, and reduced instructional time. So pretty much their whole literacy foundation was built on a big, massive heaping pile of dung with a side of corn.
It don't exist.
Cornbread. So the pandemic didn't create the problem, but it did accelerate. It took trends that we saw that were already a little bit concerning, and it compressed them into a very short amount of time.
You have got to stop blaming COVID for kids not being able to read and write on grade level.
No! It's not the phones, and it's not COVID either. It's you forcing kids to read. Oh, if my parents forced me to read, I would lose my mind. Which I already am at this point, and I haven't done it yet.
Clear.
What a
Kids
shame.
were not reading and writing on grade level before COVID. It's just that COVID exposed how bad the educational system had become at that time. But it is not COVID's fault. Teachers have been being...
Oh my God. I can cough right now.
forced to pass kids along, give away free grades. Let's call a spade if we're going to talk about education. Don't blame COVID for decisions at the school board.
And don't blame phones at all. You is the problem. I'm going to tell you why. You're forcing kids to do something you don't want to do. That's why it's happening is what matters. Grades don't mean a darn thing. An A does not mean a darn thing. An F does not mean a darn thing. An F minus doesn't mean a darn thing. The things that you learn in school doesn't mean a darn thing. Anything you say doesn't mean a darn thing. End of discussion. End of the case. Case closed.
Is making. Don't blame COVID for decisions the Department of Education is making. Okay? COVID just exposed where we are in education. Kids were not reading and writing on grade level years before that, okay? You're passing kids along through a system and you're expecting them to get what they need. It's not going to happen. And you can't blame teachers either, because teachers, our hands are forced. And you can't blame parents, because parents actually don't even know what's really going on in the school system. Stop.
Oh my God. And stop blaming bums.
Blaming COVID.
But something deeper was happening than just these test scores. Something was happening to attention itself. You've probably at some point in your life heard the statistic that humans have a shorter attention span than goldfish. Well, that statistic is complete phooey.
Hey, listen. Don't call kids stupid. Don't you dare call me stupid. You call me stupid, I will cast a spell on you. I'll put witchcraft on you. I swear to God I will.
That statistic. It's not right. As it turns out, that statistic is completely and fully made up, allegedly. It actually came from a Microsoft report that cited a website called Statistic Brain.
That needs to be banned. That website needs to be taken down, because if you're saying that kids have a shorter something span than a goldfish, then you need to die. Let me rephrase that. They need to be fired from the pits of hell.
Which cited no actual research. Multiple journalists have tried to trace the source and found nothing. Also, maybe this is just me, and again, my silly little dumb goofy brain, but do we actually have a...
Don't use the word dumb in this video. Do you understand me? Do not use the word... When I get done making this video, I'm reporting because you're using the word dumb on this video.
way to accurately measure a goldfish's attention span? Like, is that something we can do? Because as far as I know, goldfish aren't really known for filling out surveys. I haven't seen them do that. But speaking about attention and all of that, here's what is true. Attention isn't shrinking, it's fragmenting. Cognitive neuroscientist Marianne Wolf, author of Reader Come Home, has spent decades studying what she calls the reading brain. And her research shows something that's pretty interesting. It's pretty fascinating. It shows that reading isn't natural. There's no gene for literacy. The brain has to be trained over years to do something it wasn't designed to do. So for all of you people out there who don't read and who pride themselves in not reading, congratulations and leaning into your natural instinct. I applaud that. I applaud getting in touch with yourself. That's very holistic medicine of you. But yeah, reading requires a level of sustained attention, working memory, and the ability to hold ambiguity while you wait for a resolution. It requires what Wolf calls deep reading. The slow, contemplative processing that allows us to understand complex ideas and, crucially, to develop empathy. Now think about what all the kids are doing nowadays, how they're all on their little TikToks watching short-form content, and think about what this short-form content trains. Novelty scanning, dopamine seeking, rapid context switching. The ability to process surface-level information very quickly and then move on to the next thing. And I mean, I guess in some kind of way, these maybe could be useful skills. I mean, I can't think of anything off the top of my head where a person with a 3.27 second long attention span would be beneficial. I can't think of a single thing like that. But I'm sure there is something. There's something out there. Like taking out the trash, maybe. Maybe they're good at that, I don't know. So I'm not saying that those things are completely useless, even though I haven't found something that says the opposite. But what I am saying is that process, those things you learn, are completely different than what you get from reading. Basically, we trained kids on 15-second long brain rot videos and then handed them Frankenstein. And the data actually backs this up. Common Sense Media reports that tweens now spend an average of 5.5 hours a day on screens for entertainment.
Which is good, because you can get to take a break from all that reading that you're forcing kids to do. Unless they want to read, that is, then yeah. But if they don't want to read, don't force. Don't waste their time.
And teens, they spend over 8 hours a day on screens for entertainment. Meanwhile, the percentage of students who wrote long answers more than 5 times a year decreased between 2022 and 2024.
Which is a good thing, because they get bored with it.
Kids are consuming more content than they ever have before, but they're not processing it as deeply. And while one of my favorite hobbies in the whole world is blaming TikTok for things, in this case, it's not quite the whole story. There's a podcast called Sold a Story that went viral a few years ago. It documented something called the Reading Wars, decades of debate about how to teach kids to read.
I got a headache just hearing that.
An approach to literacy called balanced literacy, which de-emphasized phonics, the explicit teaching of letter-sound relationships, in favor of encouraging kids to guess words from context and picture, which in my humble opinion, I feel like my reading skills drastically declined even just from hearing that suggestion. That sounds so not good. Like, I hear that and immediately think that does not sound good.
The idea was for them to see the same words over and over again and memorize them.
And the problem with that is that extensive research shows that balanced literacy doesn't work. The science of reading movement, backed by cognitive neuroscience, has demonstrated that explicit, systematic phonics instruction is more effective, especially for people who struggle to read. And now many schools are switching back to the whole phonics system, but it's kind of too late in a sense because so many kids are stuck in this old way of teaching. They're already stuck with that foundation. So I think we're going to have like a 15-year range of people who just can't read and who can't comprehend anything. But it's okay because we probably can just corral a bunch of them up and
my head.
Push rocks or something. It might be fun to watch. There's also the educational tech explosion. During the pandemic, schools were pretty much forced to adopt these all new ways of using tech and all these new educational tech tools, tablets, apps, learning platforms, and the evidence on whether these actually improve literacy is mixed at best. It's not great. Studies show that students comprehend better from physical books than they do screens. Writing activates different parts of the brain.
I can't watch it. I can't watch it. I can't watch it. I'm not doing it. I'm turning the YouTube video off. I'm getting off that YouTube video. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't. It's hurting my head even more. So yeah, so there you have it. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, click and get subscribed and pick up. It's a different and yeah, stay fast and yeah. And do not, kids, do not say the things I say at home because you might get in trouble. And number 2, don't watch this video. Excuse me. Unsubscribe to this man. Oh, failed the challenge. I'm ending the video right there, right in this moment. So yeah, remember, make sure you subscribe, smash that like, and click on the notification bell. See you guys ready to rock and roll. As always, and God bless you guys, Steven, and a couple, yeah. Have a good day.